With Rob Lewis, Jesse Simonton, VolQuest.com. 2-minute drill. Just caught up with Jeremy Pruitt, Rob. Recapping the loss to Georgia, previewing this weekend's nooner against Mississippi State. He kind of opened the press conference saying, that despite the loss, he saw some positives. Was pretty complimentary of Brian Maurer. Kind of indicated that unless he has a bad week of practice, Brian Maurer will start at quarterback against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I thought that was the most concrete thing he said. And he obviously, wasn't acting like Maurer was perfect, but certainly saw enough there to feel like he's going to be the guy going forward. And I thought that was the most telling thing he said. It was like, his quote was exactly that. He's going to have a really bad week of practice not to start the game.
Some other housekeeping stuff, several guys were dinged up or some even didn't play. He said Warren Burrell, the freshman cornerback who has started, I think, 4 of the games this season, that he probably was a game-time decision. I would expect the way, his continued ankle was getting better, that he'll play on Saturday, but we'll see. Aubrey Solomon, questionable. Riley Locklear, questionable.
Yeah, it almost sounds like Locklear may be a little doubtful. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Jeremy said he got his bell rung. That's, coach speak for concussion these days. So I would imagine it just depends on how he goes with, goes to the protocol this week. And if so, that'll be the 6th offensive line combination we've seen so far this season.
It could be some Ryan Johnson time, who did actually play a lot on Saturday, especially with Kayron Calvert, who also got a little bit dinged up. He was asked about the skirmish on the sidelines. That was something that we certainly had got text and calls about on Saturday. Jeremy liked it. He said Will Friend, Tennessee's offensive line coach, was not involved. It was a player kind of disagreement, but he liked it. He said guys were correcting each other, and he'd like to see more of that passion.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Now, I don't know exactly. And Jeremy himself said he didn't see it, so who knows? I mean, I don't know that we still know exactly who all was involved, but if nothing else, he clearly liked the fact that there was at least enough, passion on the sidelines that guys were confronting each other, and it kind of spilled over. He was not upset about it, to say the least.
I guess lastly here, obviously, Tennessee still hadn't found a pass rush. They still haven't found a way to stop the run. I think those are going to be 2 keys defensively this weekend against a Mississippi State team that has a really dynamic running back that gets a lot of yards after contact. And both quarterbacks, as Jeremy Pruitt pointed out, like to run the football.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can just, be too, disappointed in not getting a sack against Georgia. They've given up 1 all year. But, I mean, Jake Fromm could have made popcorn back there a few times. I mean, just the lack of any kind of pressure of being able to affect him in any way, that's kind of a red flag going forward. That's been a weak spot for this team all year.
It has. We'll see if Tennessee can correct that on the practice field. Pruitt said it's all about winning one-on-ones, whether it's on the outside or in the pass rush. We'll have full coverage throughout the week of this Mississippi State-Tennessee game. For Jesse Simonton, Rob Lewis, VolQuest.com.